Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. Monday, November the 5th, the year 2018. Let's talk trading. Weekly gap and open. Normally, I'll put this video out on Sunday, but sometimes other things take priority over trading and sitting down at the computer making videos. But let's move on. We know we're going to have money and risk management involved in each and every one of our trade, right? And we're looking at the monthly euro yen, 138 pips off the low, 32 off the high. And it looks like we're heading toward that midpoint. For the week, you can see here we exited, or we started the week in the candle body. We went down and now we're up into the previous week's wick zone. And looking across the gaps, you can see most of them have filled. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if you notice, all of these gaps are on the pound pairs. So something to look forward to this week is the rest of these pound pairs filling the gap. On the daily, once again, it looks like we gapped down. You can see that right there. And then we went further down, and now we've gone back up, filled that gap, and into the wick zone. The ranges, only one over 100 today. It's the day before election day. Slow. I don't know, were there any other holidays or something? Because it just seems like trading is just slow. I mean, dollar yen only 26 pip range. I mean, that's just crazy. And you can see here, there was the pivot point. There was the open, closed the pivot. You can see that gap. It closed the gap. Wasn't much of a gap. Hit the buy zone. And once again, you can see here in these buy zone trades, most of these were small profits. And it looked like they were, or some scratch trades here. There's a couple, right here. If you pop that out, that was good for almost 20 pips. And then once again here, you just had another opportunity to pick up, 17 pips or thereabouts. And on this short, you can see that was a handful of pips, 9 pips. So once again, just trading the buy zone and just looking for a handful of pips each time. You can see you can be profitable. Rat zone, we've only got a 49 pip range, so not really much of rat zone, but you can see here it still exited the rat zone. Okay, I'm back. Let's see, when I think I left you, price was right here. As you can see, it turned around and has made a new high and has pulled 2 pips off that high. So now what we can do is look for a rat reversal, because we know price likes to come out of that rat zone. And we're up to 55 pip range. Continuing on, you can see we've took out the weekly pivot. Here's the monthly pivot that got taken out last week, and you can see the weekly pivot is down here. So let's see if we hit the weekly pivot or if we're going to go and take out the weekly R1. Once again, looking at the pivots, you see R1 0.69. You can see here and we have a missed pivot at 0.56. So it's possible we'll take out this pivot. And then we have a missed pivot down here and one way up here in the 132 area. And we're looking at price action once again. One ball at the top, red at the line, one ball at the bottom, green at the line. And see, we've got a 2-ball here, so we'll be looking for a red at the line trade. So far, it'll be at 0.1, 129.1, unless it pushes up above 0.2. Really simple stuff here. And I guess maybe when I say simple, some people equate simple. I'm saying it's easy, and I'm not saying trading is easy because see, we're our biggest obstacle. We always get in our own way as traders. Um, Part of the reason is because some of the things we've been taught about trading just isn't true. They're more myths, and some of the things are concepts which don't really exist in reality. And some of the things are just plain inaccurate. And we have to overcome all of this bad teaching, um, all of the bad habits, or let's say not bad, but let's call it undesirable, because they don't, or unprofitable because they don't yield the results we want. And you see, in trading, we focus on the result, which is profit and loss. But in trading, what we really have to focus on is the process. Make sure we do the process properly, because if we do the process properly, then we will see the profits rather than the losses. But on any given trade, you can't be sure what's going to happen. But over the aggregate of trades, over many trades, you then start to see whether or not your system is actually profitable. And then, of course, we start that filtering, which I talked about before, when it's almost better not to filter, just take all the trades and see what happens. Because, see, right here, if we tried to filter this, we might have missed out on a 10 or 20 pip trade. If we tried to filter it here, the same thing. So rather than filter, just go ahead. But the hardest thing is really the waiting and selecting quality trades, meaning following your trading rules. Last week I talked about your pre-trade checklist or your trading warm-up. What do you do to warm up the trade? Are there things that you do? I know I had some things I wrote down on 3x5 cards and certain videos I would listen to. The Zen one about, be the leaf, listening to that, listening to the one with the guy with the Evan Longoria talking about, how he did what he did and just getting your mind right and, emptying your mind. Each pitch is a new pitch and forgetting about the previous pitch, you know. And when I do that, my trading is very, very profitable. But when I don't do those things, I get out of that habit. I think I know it, blah, blah, blah. Guess what happens? Not so profitable trading. So it's just one of those things where if if you find something that works, just keep doing it until it stops working. And with trading, you just need one, maybe two little things to use, and that's it. Now, there was a trader that said teach horizontal lines. I don't really know exactly what there is to teach. I mean, I can explain it, but it's just real simple. For me, I take the H1 candle color, and when it comes to a line, I trade with the candle color. Does it work every time? No. Now, how do I filter? How do I get a bias? Well, I use the 3-level ZZ indicator right here, the one that I modified extensively. But this is pretty much in the pure form, except it has the price boxes here to let you know what price is at each line. So we filter, you let this candle close, and now what we want to do is if the candle is green at the line, we want to take it. So here you'd have to wait 2 hours for a proper, beginning type trade, and you go long here, and you could have easily netted 5 pips. And a lot of people go, only 5 pips, that's just 5 pips. Yeah, but if you do that 10 times, that's 50 pips. And I think netting 5 10 times is a lot easier than netting 50 one time, given if you want to be a what they call the day trader, short-term trade. Now, if you want to hang in for the long term, sure, you can net 50. See, you get 10, 20, 30, there's 40. You know, if you were an experienced trader and you said, hey, I'm going to try this, it almost, you know, went past this line, but now we can see price reversing. If you jumped in here, there's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So it is possible to make it. But the question is, you know, do you want to really do that? Do you want to be on that trade for what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours? Or are you more of an in and out trader trading the price action? It's up to you. There's no right or wrong. It's what works for you as a trader. So trading at horizontal lines is just simply trading with price direction as it meets the line. I mean, you can go down to the 1 minute chart. You don't have to do the 1 hour chart. A lot of buying going on there, if you notice. And we're going to wait now for the 1 minute data to download to my computer. At least I hope it's going to download. Oh, let's see. Maybe I'll just pause the video. Okay, we're back. And so here at the 1 minute chart, you can see we had a 3-ball put in at the bottom. You take green at the line with the 1 minute, and that would have been worth about 20 pips. So once again, you can use whatever time frame chart period you want. And once again, just trading with candle color at the line, you can see here the last H1 at the line was green here at the 83, 84 level. And let's see, you had a chance to make 37 pips or so. Okay, wick zone, price is in the wick zone. Does it escape out of the top or out of the bottom of the upper wick zone from the previous day? Holo zone, we're establishing a new holo zone, so look to go short next hour. And you can see here, we had some inventory reduction bars, took the long there, and that's a nice trade worth about 20 pips at the moment. And here on one of my favorite trading screens, you can see there hasn't been a trade. There was no trades yet. We haven't hit a line. We're about to, maybe at the 31. We're 8 pips away. And you can see here we've had some movement since I've turned on the computer. Here we go. There was a pretty much a scratch trade here, or tiny profit. Turn around on the Einstein line, a very nice profit, good for about 21 pips at the moment. So trading horizontal lines this is M5. Is once again candle color at the line. A lot of buying going on. Did that just pass the previous record we had of buying ticks? I think it may have. Over 900. I'm going to have to watch this for a few more seconds here. And for those of you just tuning in, that is the TRO 2018 spread dots indicator, where it puts in the spread dots here and it gives a chart based on those. Well, I'm running out of time, so remember, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So get out there and drain the banks.